Look at this before and after. Do you have this before eyebrow? You want to stick around in this video because I'm going to show you a simple trick without having to tweeze, without having to do anything, and just work on the brows you have like the before. So stick around and I'm going to show you how to do that. Hey everybody, it's Jasmine, your brow expert, and I hope you're subscribing because that way every week you'll get some tips that I know you can use or pass it along because I know we all know people with some much needed brow help. So the motto here today, I'm not sure if I've ever done a video like this where I'm showing you what to do if you already have brows like this without having to tweeze. So this is going to be a special video. I want you to stick around because it's something that I think everyone can do, especially if you're a little nervous about over tweezing. You already have in the past and you don't know what to do with the brows you already have. You're not close to me, a really good brow specialist. So please stick around. I have been shaping eyebrows for over 25 years at the salon, at the Anastasia salon in Beverly Hills. So I'm still there shaping eyebrows. I wax and I tweeze and I trim a little bit. And I also help you to pick the right color. So definitely stop by. We got really great brow artists there. That's been there for over 20 years. So that's impressive, right? Says a lot about Anastasia, wouldn't you say? So anyway, let's get to the model. Now, do you have brows like this where it's round and too high and thin up at the front? This is why I wanted to make this video because I believe so many of us have this, and I know you know someone that has this type of eyebrow if you don't. So this is something I think anyone can do, especially when you have all that space because it was over tweezed. But here's the area that I often tweeze and shape and wax, right at the lower front, because there's so much hair taking that long dip, right? And so I usually lift up that area by removing some of the hairs. But if you can't get to someone like myself, this is the other way to fill in the eyebrows and shape the eyebrows without having to tweeze the eyebrow hair. Okay, so keep that in mind. I want you to remember that little lower dip. Okay, so there are going to be some measurements happening here. It's important to always measure because for her brows are a little far apart. So you can see right here, it's at the middle of the nostril, straight up and down. This is where I fill in, going a little bit closer in. Okay, so definitely always make your little mark. My brows have been tattooed a long time ago, which is why it kind of looks like it's filled in. But you're definitely going to get something out of me watching me because I'm holding the pencils the way I want you to try. So that's the first two marks right up here, right? Middle of the nostril, 90-degree angle. And you don't have to go that forward. Some of you may not want to because you feel like you're cross-eyed. Just keep that measurement in mind. That always helps. Maybe you have a little bit enough hair up in the front. So don't worry about that. So look at this. This is the most important area, right? And you notice that I'm just going in an angle, but straight in an angle. That's something that I want you to try. So right over here, right down here, I'm going in a straight angle. I'm holding the pencil this way. I like this pencil because it's got this sharp rounded edge. And then right here, another important measurement. Notice the lashes. It's kind of sticking out. Notice that I did another line where that's technically where the measurement is, where the lashes towards the end is. But I actually went a little further inside, which is why I want you to see this. When we mature, our ends go down, our skin recedes down here at the temple. So then it drags the brow down. I actually like to keep the ends a little bit shorter, which is why I just went out a tiny bit, but not much. You still see an end. I stress this now lately a lot. You need an end, but just a tiny bit above. So keep the end short. You can see from the other eyebrow, she doesn't have much of an end anyway, but the skin and the brow bone just kind of curls down, giving the illusion that her brows are growing down, or going down, not growing down. Up here, this is the other area that I'm going a little bit straighter, but I'm also outlining right over here. So I have this pocket right over here, and then a pocket down here, but it's that little opening pocket that I made, and the outline that is. But I'm really staying above. At the top area of the arch, I'm drawing that little outline, and then a tiny bit down below, making sure that it's right at the tip of my ear. meaning I don't bring out the pencil or bring out the ends too far down. Make sure that it's straight across at the tip of your ear. That helps. It's not essential, but it certainly helps. So the end, again, like that, when you create a pocket or an outline, it's just easy to fill in. And also it helps you to visually see, is it in the right spot? Then you could commit to filling it in. Okay, so you can make adjustments along the way. It's just makeup, right? So you noticed already just by doing underneath, and then above, meaning when I say above, I mean the arch area, right over the middle of the nostril, over the iris, but kind of that earlier outline is slightly on the outside of the iris, closer to your pupil. Because as we mature, we want it to be further out, or at least try it out and see if it makes sense to you. Because when I always say it makes sense to you, I want the overall balance. So filling in that little gap or the outline inside and inside here. Don't worry about dragging the end down, just fill in that gap. Now I'm doing the other side. Here, again, same thing. I'm holding the pencil because it's easier here. I'm right-handed doing my right eyebrow, right? Down below. You guys, please try this right now. If you haven't already, if you have that eyebrow, try this. Try filling just that bottom pocket. You don't even need an outline for that. If you just go underneath, right here, you notice I'm holding the pen. The reason I hold the pencil this way, so I'll see what I'm doing. If I do this, I can't really see. I could see doing it this way. You notice again that I left some of that little piece of hair right down below here, and you're like, what do I do? Do I tweeze that? Yes, you can tweeze that. But again, if you're not confident about that, just put a highlighter underneath or a concealer stick. This is an eyeshadow base. You can use this all over your eyelid. I like to use this as a concealer. I'm not going to blend even on the model that well. I should have, but I didn't. But that's okay because you can actually see the coverage. Did you notice that it's covering a little bit of that piece of hair right underneath? So I tell all my clients, try this, like hold or apply some concealer stick underneath first, and then you can tweeze those unwanted pieces. What do you think? After doing that, put a little bit of gel on, but what do you guys think? Do you feel like you can do this? I think you can. I think right now you can just grab this kind of pencil, whatever pencil, even a brush, grab a brush and some powder and go, not this brush, the angle brush, and go in that little pocket and see if that just makes a big difference. So if you guys forget anything today, it's all about just getting some color underneath that area. And I promise you, it'll be a game changer. I use that word a lot because let's face it, it makes the biggest difference. And this is something that can dress up your eyebrows, but I want you guys to try this out and let me know if it did help you. So this is pretty easy to do, don't you think? I really do. I think it's the one thing that I think anyone can do. If you apply it in an angle, like you're trying to make a straight line, but over this way, not a straight line straight across, of course, but a straight line in an angle underneath that pocket, you're going to go, wow, like I didn't know I could have this eyebrow. It's the reason why I want everyone to try this, because it's a little bit more modern. It worked back in the Lucille times, Lucille Ball. Who knows who Lucille Ball is? I love Lucy. It worked at that time with the whole look. But if you want that fuller, more youthful look and more modern, try this out, and I know it will work out for you. And thank you for joining me today. Please let me know where you're watching me from, because that way I know I'm not just only reaching you guys in LA, but outside. That also encourages me to keep doing what I do. Not because you guys are from another country or state, but that you're watching and that you're learning and that this helped you. So the engagement, the comments, the likes, the shares, and definitely if you guys buy anything from the tag, that also helps. But don't worry about that. All the products will be written in the descriptions, including my makeup. And yeah, I will see you guys next week.